project is CEC Standard 2 Research Project by Lucinda McCabe, ELSE 6023. Today's date, which is 10/6 of 17. The abstract is the following research paper will cover the CEC Initial Level Preparation Program Standard 2 that is designed for teaching standards candidates that are in their first year or first special education program at a university. This paper will cover the definition of the standard, 3 key elements, and its impact on individuals with disabilities. It will also discuss specific examples of appropriate learning environments and the purpose and relevance of the standard. Upon the completion of the research paper is a self-video presentation, which I'm doing now, upon Standard 2 learning environments and personal experiences of the learning environment in my self-contained classroom that I teach. When preparing to become a special education teacher at a local university, the candidate will become very familiar with the CEC Initial Level Special Educator Preparation Standards. CEC synthesizes the specialty sets into 7 major preparation standards organized under 4 areas of focus: learners and learning environments, curricular knowledge, assessment, specialized pedagogical skills, and professional and collaboration skills, according to the Council and Exceptional Children's website. This paper will emphasize on Standard 2 learning environments, and it will also discuss specific examples of appropriate learning environments and the purpose and relevance of the standard. Upon the completion of the research is a video presentation reflecting upon Standard 2 learning environments and personal experiences of the learning environment in my self-contained classroom that I teach. So let us define what Standard 2 learning environments is and who does it affect. According to the Council for Exceptional Children, Standard 2 is when beginning special education professionals create safe, inclusive, culturally responsive learning environments so that individuals with exceptionalities become active and effective learners and develop emotional well-being, positive social interactions, and self-determination. This standard affects any student in general and in public school setting, but it is mainly targeted towards students with disabilities in the public school setting. Under Standard 2, there are 3 key elements that add more in-depth information and understanding of learning environments in the special education setting. The first key element is geared towards beginning special education professionals through collaboration with general educators and other colleagues, create safe, inclusive, culturally responsive learning environments to engage individuals with exceptionalities in meaningful learning activities and social interactions. The second key element is beginning special education professionals use motivational and instructional interventions to teach individuals with exceptionalities how to adapt to different environments. And the last key element is when beginning special education, professionals know how to intervene safely and appropriately with individuals with exceptionalities in crisis. Next, how does a student with disabilities learning environment affect their learning? A successful special educator will modify learning environments to meet the individual needs of his or her students. Knowledge regarding it as an individual's language, family, culture, and other significant contextual factors, and how they interact with an individual's disability will also play an important role in assisting the teacher in modifying learning environments and providing for the maintenance and generalization of acquired skills across environments and subjects. When the environment is structured, it encourages the student to gain independence, self-motivation, self-direction, personal empowerment, and self advocacy of themselves. A few other ideas that a new special education teacher needs to consider when setting up their classroom for the first time are: create an environment that engages all students, promote fairness and respect, and promote social development and group responsibilities. The teacher can also establish and maintain behavior expectations from early on and can continue to be very consistent. Also, when planning instruction and promoting classroom procedures, always keep the student in mind. Time is also very valuable when teaching to use, so use it very effective and do not waste what you are allotted for planned time and teaching time. The purpose of the standard helps develop a method of behavior management which is controlled by the teacher of the classroom. It allows the teacher plenty of room to intervene when behaviors escalate and be able to manipulate the desired behavior as well during these situations. On afirm.edu, a teacher can find the CEC standards and be able to apply them to all 27 evidence-based instruction methods. Under Standard 2, a new teacher can find assistance with social skills, determining realistic expectations, support integration, and into different programs, establishing and maintaining support with students with disabilities, and using specialist instruction to gain more social interaction. In my classroom, my learning environment is based off of each student's needs and learning objectives. I have taped off large squares on the floor using duct tape in order to give each child their personal space. I soon discovered that each child needed their own personal space to be able to function in the classroom. This was also used as a form of behavior management to help control each student's behavior and differentiate learning tasks going on around the room. To better understand each of my students, I reviewed each of their files and conducted a list of realistic goals and expectations for my class. I teach kindergarten through second grade, self-contained, in which several of the students in my class have never attended public schools before. The paraprofessionals and I are on the same basis and support each other in discipline, programming, and scheduling. We are very structured and consistent in expectations and follow through on what we promise to our students. Before school, we started with a blank room and slowly started adding different features, such as furniture and manipulatives that were geared to our students and their needs. In my classroom, we use STAR Literacy, Math Touch, and Sunshine Literacy as a curriculum in the classroom. We also utilize visual schedules, clip chart behavior management, and PEC system in the classroom. There are several learning methods that have been very beneficial for my students and help develop social interactions with one another. We are currently working on generalizing rules, procedures, and appropriate socially accepted behavior in other classrooms besides our room to more effective in learning. When reflecting upon the learning environment in my classroom and how it reflects the students in my classroom learning, I think there's always room to grow and change something. The learning environment should never be permanent because what might work best for one child might not work for another, or if it stops working for the student it originally worked for. Always be open to change and try new things is what I would give advice to new special education candidates that are pursuing a career in special education. I was able to reinforce the 3 key elements of Standard 2 in my classroom. I collaborate with my mentor, teacher, paraprofessionals, and other resource teachers in the building on student issues, lesson plans, and social interaction of our students with the regular education students that we share activity classes with. I have found that reinforcers and positive praise work very well for motivating my students to work and change behaviors and to desire behaviors that are appropriate for the classroom. I create a safe environment in my classroom by developing classroom procedures, rules, escape rules, routes, and a structured learning environment. Upon entering a teaching program for special education, the teacher or candidate will develop and work closely with the Council for Exceptional Children's 7 standards to better prepare them for the classroom. Standard 2 emphasizes on the learning environment in the classroom and how the teacher affects the environment and can encourage self-interactions throughout the classroom. There are 3 key elements that also support Standard 2. Collaborating with others in the school, motivating the students, and creating a safe environment in the classroom.